clarity, full screen versus widescreen, things like that. So as long as every setup is the same at a tournament, that's when it's at least okay. But you're right in terms of like that preservation with capture, equipment, and then which turns into play with how people practice at home, because most people practice on widescreen monitors now for certain reasons.
Exactly. But, I mean, something where lag is important is these chain grabs. So, I mean, you have to be extra sharp with them. DeLux definitely had a solid bit of damage right there, but the banana happened to drop and save Player-1 stock right there. And so we've got a bit more of these juggles, a bit more of these scramble situations. There are 2 bananas on the ground. We're going to have to go for back throw, but it looks like the ice climbers are a little bit out of sync there.
Yep. We got some great damage so far on Player-1, but still need to find a way to close that out. But now that it's back into that neutral situation, Player-1 is so good at neutral.
Absolutely, one of the best to do it.
Did he just grab him at a dash attack? Did that happen?
Maybe, but going to get the chain grab, going to get the up smash, and the banana dropped in the final stock. Thankfully for DeLux, going to be able to get that stock all the way clean.
Yep.
And so here we go, Player-1 just trying to get in control of the bananas over there. Starting to throw more of those out, getting a lot of the hits on Nana, which is just as good, you know.
Yep.
Nana's off the board, just a Sopo on the table. So has a little bit of chain grab, still like maybe 30-ish, but you got to be able to get that grab first.
It's great, though, for Player-1 there that after dropping his stock, he was able to turn around so quickly. Like, yeah, sure, the stock is still in Lux's favor right now, but it's like to have the presence of mind to kind of quickly compose yourself after getting grabbed a couple of times and taking that early stock off. That you're right back in the game doing what you need to do to get that win.
Exactly. I mean, you said earlier that like y'all practice together, and
yes.
It's just probably another day at the office for these two. Just a little bit higher stakes.
Speaking of the office, like Player-1 has literally been like doing part of like his full-time job at the Airbnb while like he worked for so many hours the last 2 days just to make sure he could be like as clear as possible, both of mind and of work and duties for the entire weekend. We can get that W for Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, we're all getting older. We all got those responsibilities. It's so much harder to sit down and grind all day. But these two are still out there. She stayed down there for a really long time for what it's worth. But yes, Nana, there was no way in hell she was making that back.
The turnaround from getting grabbed within like the first 45 seconds into now it's a 2-1 stock lead in Player-1's favor.
Uh-oh. And now there's next to no reason to approach. I mean, you talked about like their views on timeouts before. So are these two players who are like willing to time it out, or are they more like the go-in type?
So Lux is 100% a timeout kind of person.
Respect.
Player-1 is one of the few that I feel like teeters on either side of it. It's like if it gets close to it, he's fine with it and will have it as a win condition, but he won't be planning for it until like that 2 to 3 minute remaining mark.
All right, so if it's on the table, but not like going into the game like I'm on a time.
But Lux will see like based on the first minute of the game, you're like, this is gonna be a timeout.
All right, but I mean, DeLux has been doing an okay job stopping bleeding, but oh no, misses the read right there, and it's gonna put Nana in a really precarious situation. I think she's held onto her jump for a mad long time. Good stuff, Nana, and this should be a good pickup right here.
Yeah.
Are we in up smash? Yes, we are. And there we go. Guaranteed kill.
It's a common commentator trope that they can still come back, they can still do this, but this is the character that truly can, and that's why.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Nana's on the board, anything is possible here. All right, so. Player-1 kind of recognizing the precarious situation that he's in, so just going to hang out there, pop some peanuts. These kids are hungry. Give them something to eat.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and as soon as the banana comes down, so does Player-1. It gets a big hit on Nana. Yeah, that's going to be curtains for this stock.
Let's move it on to game 2.
Yeah, GG, go next.
Yep. Player-1 doesn't even look remotely fazed by that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, since you all practice together so much, like that's probably a situation that's probably happened a couple hundred times in the last year. Another day at the office.
Now, what's interesting is that Player-1 has never won a Supernova yet as well. I don't believe Cody has, so that was also a big thing. Like, who is going to be able to take this? Lux also hasn't won a major yet, at least in this year or last. I think he might have won one of the sweet spot brackets, I forget. But nothing on like the Supernova level of caliber. So they all want this really hard.
Yeah, I mean,
really much? I don't know.
Either or. Like they're needers.
Yes.
They need it. And both of them in the best position in the bracket to make it happen right now. I mean, winners finals, one of them is going to be in the grand finals winner side. Huge advantage against whoever comes next. So both of them want to be the ones to be in the position to take this home.
Yes. So with counter pick as Yoshi's Island Brawl, it's going to be, a little FD-like, but with that platform there. But that kind of platform at that sort of height is actually great for ice climbers because you can, shark so well with those up airs because especially like it's a common technique, especially with Meta Knight and other characters like Rob or whatever. But ice climbers having 2 of those up airs, it's out there for longer, it's more disjointed, it's strong, it's everything you need out of a character that can, shark.
Yeah, And or wears your shield down a bit more as well. It's kind of forcing you to kind of be in a different position, maybe a more grabbable one.
This is also going to be one of the few times where, how I spoke earlier during Kaios' matches, that the characters that can use items pretty well. Where I feel like Lux is a player that, like, while he won't have the same kind of like item caliber as the other like traditionally item characters, he does have a pretty good amount because Zirsu is in his repertoire, and he at least does the lab work to see like, all right, what happens if I do have a banana? What happens if Nana's the one with the Nana?
Yeah. There's some situations in this game that you have to lab for. It's like one, how your character interacts with Banana, and how to beat Tornado. Those are like the big two.
Yep.
Where if you're playing this game at any sort of competitive level, you just kind of have to know. And
good job there, watching that ledge there. So Player-1 could take down Nana there, which already, this is not a great look there for Lux, being at 100% with missing his girlfriend there, but we're going to find out what we can do to get down there and steal up the stock. Like, it's possible. Sopo actually has some hella great tools in this game. Can solo chain grab most characters up until like the 40 or 50% range, and it still has a really strong forward smash.
Yeah, definitely has the tools, but can he find the position? Can he find the situation? The banana maybe saving DeLux's life right there.
163, yeah, 163. You were totally correct there. I wasn't even thinking about percenting that way, but it doesn't matter when you get hit by that down smash at the ledge, especially with that little bit of a weird sliding lip there. That is going to be curtains. Yeah,
and now this is going to be a little more unfun. You can bully Nana. You can kind of wait for the ice climbers to come to you, but oh, wait a minute.
That was dangerous. I'm actually surprised he went for that off stage because why risk your stock at 54 like that?
Exactly. We're still in a bad position off that overextension, and there's a solid chance Player-1 might not make it past the wall, the ice climbers, but managed to find the little cracks in the wall, force through, but even still, rinse and repeat. We're on the other side now.
Yep. And even though he's not as much like, a little bit of a mishap there that took the stock there.
Yeah, huge unforced error on the side of Player-1. Unfortunate stuff.
It rarely happens, but it does, and sometimes at the worst time, in the worst majors, at the worst parts of bracket.
Yeah, we're all human.
Yep.
We're all human.
Except Mewtwo King.
Except Mewtwo King, yeah.
As a classic Brawl veteran who is like a player that has been the utmost of this game's caliber, just had to show a little respect to our favorite Mennonite.
Mewtwo King does not drop it. No. Everyone else has like at least a 2% chance to do it.
Except the actual robots like Rob.
Yeah, sure. You got it.
How long can we take this fun going? And there we go. Player-1's going to grab that ledge to keep Nana off the side there. But then also, in that kind of situation, it's interesting to watch players and how they kind of read Nana, because being an AI character, like a robot, will have some predictable measurements there, knowing when she will double jump. So you'll see a lot of times, like Player-1 went for a little bit in the first stock here of this game. He's going to wait to when he knows Nana will double jump and put a downer right there, which is going to kill Nana instantly before Lux can save her.
Yeah, poor Nana. I mean, you never know which AI you're going to get also.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Melee, it's like she gets
Melee is where it
better.
changes based on the like the CPU level, so to say, based on the percent.
Yeah, so I imagine they probably just like kind of copy and paste some of that code over.
I actually forget. That's a good. I want to look into that later, or ask Lux.
Yeah, but either way, like she's still able to be gimmicked. You know?
Yes,
she's still a computer at the end of the day.
You're also seeing Player-1 there do a technique that is only in Brawl. I think it was on Smash 4. I know it's definitely not an Ultimate. That some characters can actually wall cling. That they can stay on the wall, holding onto it. Not like a wall jump, but you get to stay there and wait to use it. So that's your Diddy Kong. It's your Sheik. I forget who else can.
Yeah,
Not many characters. Only like 3 or 4, I believe.
Yeah, and ultimately they had a few more. Greninja can do it too.
Yes. Okay. Oh, so it wasn't Smash 4. Okay.
Yeah, but like it's very few characters that actually have the ability to do that.
And Diddy Kong is by far the most viable one that you actually also see use it on stages like Yoshi's Island. I like the stage control here that Lux is keeping with this, but as soon as they're separated, Player-1 is looking out there with the scope to try and figure out how to get this second climber away.
Yeah, and Player-1 just hang out on the ledge, looking for any opportunity as well. I like the positioning that he's going for here. Just not really leaving any opportunity to get grabbed at all. I mean, we saw some in Game 1, but it looks like after that, the jitters kind of wore away, and I spoke too soon. But the trip came through. It
was a weird situation because he needed to input the analog there in order to get Nana back up, but then without throwing it, so it's like he kind of have to do a weird kind of tilt input or something, but like at like not the highest percent. So I think he probably just opted to hold her for a little bit to make maybe Player-1 mash a little bit more to kind of tire out his hands, which Lux will think about, to be honest.
Oh, actually, Banana saved Nana right. Well, I spoke too soon.
Yeah, honestly, and I'm surprised that the up B there didn't grab Nana back, but similar to Game 1, when you know it's a wrap, especially with an extra stock this time, even more of a lead there for Player-1 going into Game 2, which now with Game 3 in the line, he's looking pretty comfy here to take this set.
Yeah, I mean, since these two play each other so much, I can imagine that situation, it already was going to be hard to come back from, but like with the experience that these two had, I trust. Normally, I'm like, okay, play it out. But like with these two, I think DeLux probably made the call that he feels strongest with.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta reserve your mental, you know.
We're going to stick with Ice Climbers here for Game 3. No switching to Meta Knight to, well, I guess even though Meta Knight's probably a second best character at this point, against Diddy Kong, it's like then he would get to go FD, and that's like, oh, that's not a good game 3 you want to go for.
Yeah. Thinking the long game here.
Yep. You might bring it up for a counter pick later or something like that, but we're also trying all different stages, which I really enjoy. So I think Game 1 was Smash Brawl, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, short-term memory loss, something like that. But then Yoshi's Island, then Battlefield. Either way, we're trying everything we can at our disposals here. We're not just running it back to Smash Bros. Stadium every single game.
Yeah, I wonder if DeLux is maybe looking for some of these desyncs on the platform to just cut off more space.
I can see that. Okay, you're right.
But like also kind of gives more opportunities for Player-1 to get away, to like change the verticality of the situation a lot of times.
And kind of speaking a little bit about verticality there, which might have been a little bit conditioned due to having the Battlefield platforms there. Lux pressured Player-1 over to the right side of there, forcing to use a side B, but then predicting it and putting an up air in that way, which, look, we're seeing way more side Bs out from Player-1 this time, probably to that platform layout. But then Lux, it's almost like a double Yomi kind of situation where he's going to force him to do that, but then he's going to be ready with up airs.
Yep. I know that you know that I know that you know.
Yes.
And everything falls apart after that.
Nana grabs that ledge, but
get
no,
out.
He didn't come out.
Oh, and tried to have the cake and eat it too.
Yes.
If DeLux had stayed on the ledge, that probably would have been a stop. But often try and save Nana to ensure a better position and end up getting neither of those situations happening.
Yep. Player-1 gets Lux there over to the left-hand side, but we're still going to keep this stock going because as Sopo, he can keep some stuff going to get more damage. And then if he does drop this stock first, unless he takes it, then he's going to come down with Nana in stock 2 and instantly get that stock. Just watch it happen. But I don't know. This is looking pretty good for Lux, and he actually has the percent lead here despite not having Nana.
Yeah, but the counter pick kind of coming back to bite you. You have the mix-up between the getting through the platform or landing on it, and DeLux overcommits on forward smash and still put in bad position. But DeLux, another big read. The reads are coming out from the Sopo, and he's looking a lot more comfortable to making the hits come through.
And even though it doesn't look like that back throw does that much, like it's not much knockback, anything like that for a character at 100%, but the fact that it doesn't, it's either like you either want something to do a lot of knockback or very little. So the very little at that point, he's putting Diddy Kong right in that kind of like area right above your head, waiting for that air dodge to smack him with the forward air, but doesn't matter because he kept the neutral in his situation and got that first stock. Great job, but we're going into stock 2, tied up 0 piece.
All right, and even still, Lux has the Banana this time around, so that's so important. And has controlled Banana as well. Both Bananas, Player-1 may sneak one back, but the scrambles are going to come to the side of DeLux, and this time going for
Oh, okay, so the forward smash there, which he did with the grab armor to then pick it up, accidentally knocked the Banana out of the hand. So that's usually a very safe way to also rack up damage quickly, but maybe not doing it with an item in hand that could fall out.
Yeah, I agree with what he was going for, because like the footstool combo right there, it's basically just one less hit. Oh no, Nana, what are we doing? Oh, it was still in the animation.
Yep.
You can't tether her out of that when she's still stuck in an animation. So
yeah, she decided to hit something in there, whatever button she hit that. And again,
Nana, girl, what are we doing?
Oh,
Nana!
Nana,
I need you to lock in, sis. I need you to lock in. What was that, Nana? No.
2 stocks just went away in the span of, what, 30, 40 seconds? In a match that was, like, largely in his favor.
Yeah. You know, everyone's worried about the, like, AI, like, taking over everything. With AI like that, I'm not worried about it.
This game is old. The AI was not good back then.
True. Yeah,
it's like when you have those old image generators, you say make a picture of Waluigi and it just looks like Picasso.
Yeah, exactly.